Well, happy Monday, everyone. I hope you're doing well out there. I like that new edit for the opening that Chris Clark did. A little bit of Conjuring in there. I believe there was a Donald Pleasant sighting, which feels, pretty important considering we only talk about Donald Pleasants on this network. You might be the best non-host we've ever had. It's very exciting. I'm very happy to be here. Of course, I am your host, PJ Campbell. How are you guys tonight? It's good to see you. Welcome to another very spooky edition of the movie watch-alongs that we have been doing. This is number 48. We're almost to the big 50. Pretty ridiculous. I'm very excited, which means we've got all sorts of stuff going on right now. But of course, if you guys have not already, please check out BoxBox, our little viral video that will or can or did or should or could. And, Sean and Maxwell and Kristen really poured everything they had into doing this. You guys should really check it out if you haven't already. We are kind of in the middle of maybe doing a second episode. I don't know how much I can say about that, but it might or might not be happening. And of course, tomorrow, if you guys have not heard, we are going to be doing a episode of Front Center Mezzanine with Alan H. Green. He was in Broadway Bounty Hunter. He was in School of Rock, which is very exciting for me. We actually got to see School of Rock on closing night together, and he was on stage. So it's going to be a blast to be able to talk to him. And of course, you guys know that we have a TeePublic store. You can go buy your merchandise over at TeePublic. Look at all the Scary Movie Squad stuff we have in there. It's a perfect time to get some of that. And, I can't be here without some of my favorite people because we're watching the Addams Family tonight. So first of all, our editor, the man who makes all of this possible, Mr. Chris Clark, is here. Hi, Chris.
What's up, PJ? This is Addams Family I grew up with. Addams Family is something that, just like Scooby-Doo, is perfect for the season, especially for these family-oriented scary movie squads. So, and this is always a joy to watch, especially Christopher Lloyd. So.
Yeah, man. I love these movies very much, and I'm very excited to revisit them. Like you, this is my Addams Family. This is the one I remember growing up. We'll get into it a little bit more as we were kind of talking about it and watching it, but I think this was an only natural fit, obviously, for doing this spooky season. Everyone loves the Addams Family, and we tried to do some more family-oriented stuff on here, so of course we were going to do the Addams Family. It just made sense. So I'm glad that we chose this for tonight. And of course, we do have the announcement for next Mondays at the end of this episode as well. So,
yes,
look forward to that. And we are also joined tonight by one of my favorite people in the entire world. He is a beer connoisseur. He likes to crash our streams. His name is Tim Franco. Hello, Tim.
Hello. Da-da-da-da. We're here to watch the Addams Family, our favorite spooky family, them and the Munsters, right?
Yes, sir, the Munsters. I was going to bring that up while we were watching it because I was a huge Munsters guy growing up, and I really like these movies too, but the Munsters always kind of feel like they've been done dirty because, not enough people remember them in the same way that they remember the
Munsters or the Addams Family.
I'm pretty sure the Addams Family came first in comic form.
Oh, yeah, probably in terms of, that form, for sure. I'm not sure. The TV shows were pretty close in terms of
they were real close because both of them were black and white, shot around the same time, almost on the exact same amount of time also, which was very bizarre. And we can kind of talk about that once we get into it. But of course, we are talking about that. We're doing a bunch of stuff here that's kind of spooky right now. So Chris, what are you doing on Wednesday?
Wednesday, myself, the Beast, Bibbs, who was just on the previous watch-along, Video Drew and Mark Edward Hoyt were going through Shock Treatment, the pretty much inaccessible sequel to Rocky Horror. This movie is not streaming anywhere. You'll have to get out your DVDs to kind of find it. But it's kind of like Family of the Paradise. It's kind of an eclectic musical, but I have 3 very great panelists, and it's going to be fun.
Yeah, man, I'm super excited. Shock Treatment doesn't get a lot of love, and I can't wait to hear you guys talk about it. It's been a long time since I actually watched it, but I'm looking forward to hearing you guys talk about it. And, of course, Friday night, we are doing our double feature of Host and Haunt. This is going to be a Shudder double feature that you guys are not going to want to miss. These are 2 of the best horror films of the past decade that are on Shudder right now, and we really want to give them, some love because we could talk about horror movies forever, but the stuff Shudder is doing right now is some of the best, and we wanted to shine a light on some of these. Tim, unfortunately, you're going to miss it. So what do you have to say about these?
Yeah, I feel bad. I have something that I have to a friend's birthday party that I'm going to be going to safely, a socially distanced birthday party. So I'm sad I'm missing this one because it's I think it's going to be a great not only are the movies great, but I feel like this is going to be a great one to watch with Chris. So I envy. I'll definitely watch it back. But yeah, these movies are great. I mean, The Host obviously came out during quarantine, and it's just a really inventive way to make a movie during this time period that we find ourselves in, and it's just a great scary movie. And then Haunt, I discovered Haunt last Halloween season, and it's just a really good kind of like new spin on like a slasher film. So yeah, it's great. They're both incredible.
It's the perfect spooky season movie. There's no doubt about it. And for us to do that, like the very first weekend of October going into Halloween, how do you not do it with a movie that's set at like a creepy festival, haunted house type thing? And Host is just so fantastic. I can't wait to watch this one with Chris. It's going to go real well. Look how happy you are right now.
I'm actually honestly excited. I like being.
There's going to be lots of jump scares moments for Chris on this one, I think.
Yes, there is. And of course,
on Host specifically.
Yeah, Host especially is going to really get you, Chris. I'm excited. Don't shake your head. You're going to have a good time. And I really just need to shout out. We got a Patreon this week, did we not, Chris Clark?
Yes, we did our Patreon. So we have Sapphire membership, Emerald membership, Ruby membership, Gold membership, and Platinum membership. It's all laid out right there. Exclusive content, exclusive blooper reels from Box, which we just released. You get producer credits, including these producer credits.
Exactly what I was going for. Well done.
Gold tier associate producer Brandy Parker. Ruby tier producers are the Youth Critic Stephen Wright, Ferris Mutana. I hope
Mutana.
Yeah, I'm horrible. And Michael K.
Yeah, we want to shout out all of you who have already started donating to the Patreon. You guys are awesome, and without you guys, the channel will not be able to continue. So thank you guys already for joining on. And you got the exclusive blop or bloop box blooper reel earlier. Yeah. Chris, you made like an entire another episode.
It's technically a second episode of Box. Like I had enough outtakes to kind of make another episode. So.
So, I mean, once again, you guys, thank you so much for your support. Without you guys, we can't do this stuff. And, of course, I already posted the link in the chat as well, but we do have a StreamYard or Streamlabs. We do have a StreamYard account. How do you think we do this? But we do have a Streamlabs account, and that Streamlabs account also helps us keep the channel lights on. So if you want to be able to donate there, you go ahead and do that as well. But of course, please check out our Patreon. Join it. Whatever tier feels right for you. You can come and hang out with us in our new Discord chat that we have, which is quite the time, I would have to say. Tim, you don't have a lot of Discord, but we're happy to have you as a part of this regardless. And,
I don't even know if I'm in it. I don't think I ever got the invite.
Oh, well, we should fix that.
Probably fix that.
So I'm not even in there. So.
Yeah, that's a thing. Well, we'll get that fixed. Well, with that, guys, I think it is about time to get this party started, if you will. If you did not see it at the top, this is also on Amazon Prime, which means it has a watch party option, which is, my favorite feature on Amazon Prime right now. We are already in that Watchalong group. If you have not, you can hit that link that I just put in the group chat. And we are going to count down from 5. As soon as I say go, if you are not inside this watch party with us on Amazon, you're going to hit play. And we're going to watch the movie with you and commentate it and have a really good time tonight watching the one and only 1991 live-action adaptation of The Addams Family. Chris Clark, are you ready?
I'm good.
And Tim Franco, are you ready?
Let's do this.
All right, guys. And we start this one in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go.
Fun fact, guys, this was just put on Prime, essentially a week ago, after we announced this watch along. So this is really good.
It was perfect for us because I love this watch party thing so much. And I forgot that it starts a little Christmassy, and that just puts such a, smile on my face.
Wow. I haven't seen this in a long time, so wow.
Oh, Reefism. I thought we were friends, and down here rooting for the Lakers.
I'm rooting for the Miami Heat because Andre Iguodala plays for the Heat, and he's a U of A alumni.
That's fair.
This is really weird to watch at September.
Patty says this movie is one she didn't grow up watching or loving, but in the past few years, it's become a must-watch each spooky season. I grew up watching this, man.
Yeah.
time.
So when I used to visit one of my grandma's house, she had like 5 VHS movies that we would watch, and 2 of them were the Addams Family movies. One was Airplane.
Mm-hmm.
The 4th one was this movie I don't expect anyone to know. It's called La Pastorela, and it's a like PBS like musical of like the birth of Christ like thing, and it's in Spanish. It's like Spanish English, but it's got like a bunch of songs in it, and it's got Paul Rodriguez and like Linda Ronstadt in it.
No.
And then I don't remember what the 5th one was, but those were like the movies we always had to watch over there. And so we watched a lot of Addams Family, a lot of Airplane.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of the way you do it. You know, I am serious, and Don't Call Me Shirley. Airplane, a absolute classic if you guys have never seen it. And this is early Barry Sonnenfeld, by the way, for the Men in Black fans out there.
Yeah, you can almost tell by the font used in the credits. It's like the exact same.
I mean, similar openings too, sky shots, and you know what I mean.
Yeah, yeah.
We don't talk a lot.
It looks like kind of like a script.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of Ed Solomon, he wrote Men in Black, and he also wrote All Through Bill and Ted's. I guess he's the guy who wrote the new Steven Soderbergh movie that starts shooting in a couple of weeks, by the way. I'm freaking stoked about that.
I think my first Angelica Houston film was probably, I guess, maybe like this, or I'm just someone in the chat, Refism in the chat, asked this question. It's probably this, or maybe The Witches. I can't think. I know he mentioned Captain EO. I know I saw Captain EO too, but I don't really remember her or that movie very much anymore. So
I adore Captain EO, but this was definitely probably my first.
Was this a box office success?
Oh yeah, enough that it got a sequel. I think the reason the 3rd one didn't happen was only because the gentleman who played Gomez passed away.
Didn't the 3rd one happen, but as a TV movie or something? Like
they did a TV movie, but
with Tim Curry and Daryl Hannah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my first Angelica Houston movie would have been The Witches, because that came out in 1990, the year before this.
I love this. It's just the design of the hand and the way it works and moves is just so cool.
It's an actual person, like they're in the cast, the person's hand.
Yeah.
It's in a green screen cast, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's just
the great Raul Julia.
The late great Raul
passed away?
Yeah, he passed away not long after he made this.
Street Fighter. He passed away like during Street Fighter.
Yeah, like these were his last 3 movies essentially.
Was he in the sequel?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's Gomez in the first 2. I think he had pancreatic cancer. Yeah, some type of cancer. I believe it was cancer.
It was. Early Christina too, man.
Do you guys know who the kid who plays Pugsley? Do you know anything about him?
I don't know a ton about him now. I haven't really followed him.
His not much is known about him really, but one thing I found that I learned recently is he's the older brother of Ariel Winter, who is in Modern Family.
Oh, really? I had no idea.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Was anyone else as excited to see Angelica Houston in John Wick 3 as I was?
I haven't seen John Wick 3, so no.
I've never seen it.
Well, then,
I still haven't seen it, yeah.
both of you.
But I would be excited.
Yeah, I was just stoked to see her in it, something like that.
Was the Addams Family relevant before this movie came out? Like, besides the comics, was there anything else?
There was the live-action show that had Sean Astin's father, John Astin.
John Astin.
And it lasted about 2 to 3 seasons. It was on around the time The Munsters was on. That was kind of what we were talking about earlier. Is like a lot of people remember the Addams Family, and especially because of these movies. But the Addams Family was the one that, because of these, they kind of stuck, while the Munsters kind of just like stayed back as like a kitsch 50s, 60s sitcom. There's been a couple of Munsters TV films that weren't great. I kind of like Munsters Go Home. That was the only theatrical release, if I remember correctly. But they never transcended in the same way that the Addams Family did to like theatrical glory and stuff like that.
The guy that plays Lurch, has been in a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm. He was just in Dr. Sleep.
Yeah, he was in Dr. Sleep, but he was also in another Barry Sonnenfeld film. He's in Men in Black, the first one.
Yes, he is.
He's also in Twin Peaks.
Yep.
Yeah, but
he has that
very, very big, kind of giant-like man.
Very specific look.
Yeah.
Patty makes a great point. She said Addams Family is more in my world because of the Scooby-Doo crossover. Monsters didn't do anything like that. You moron.
The Munsters had a great theme song, though. I like their theme song better than Addams Family. It's that surf, like rockabilly theme. So good.
Yeah.
Like it was done by the Ventures. I wouldn't be surprised if it was done by the
Munsters
Ventures.
also had a couple of TV movies, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Not very good ones. Like I said, I think the only one that they had that was theatrical was The Munsters Go Home. Chris Taylor said the Addams Family cartoon on Cartoon Network was good. I don't know if I ever saw the Cartoon Network cartoon.
I didn't know there was one.
Their relationship is so perfect. I love how they play off each other. This lady, I always get confused with Maggie Smith.
Mm.
I thought that was her from Pee-wee for a second.
Because she was also in Home Alone 2.
Mm-hmm.
Which Home Alone we may or may not be doing watch along.
We have a couple announcements for that slate.
Tully!
I think we might have to announce all that soon, huh?
Oh God, what is she from?
Home Alone
Wasn't the Addams Family house up for sale within the last couple years, like the original house?
I think so.
I remember seeing that. Like the original house was up for sale recently.
That and the Brady Bunch house, I think, right?
The Brady Bunch house that one's interesting because Lance Bass was trying to buy it.
Right.
And then he lost out on it for some other thing. And then I think the people that bought it, I think was going to turn it into like a TV show about remodeling it.
Which they did.
But Lance Bass was the person that wanted to buy it like really bad and lost out on the bid to buy it.
Yeah. You know, man, I think Barry Sonnenfeld was like the very obvious successor to Tim Burton. I think his movies have always had that same otherworldly weird feel.
Yeah.
Like
everything about it feels heightened.
Mm-hmm. Like Tim Burton could easily make a Addams Family movie, and it probably would be great.
Well, it looked like at one point he almost was going to, and then it didn't end up happening.
A lot of the character designs of the animated one look like Tim Burton-esque.
Well, that's more there. It's completely in line with the comic versions of them, so that makes sense. I love that this is the way that he treats the lawyer. Sword fights, perfect. Was Raul Julia one of the coolest guys? Just like very, very cool.
Yeah, Raul Julia. I always talk about this movie. He was in this movie in the late '80s. That was like an HBO film called Florida Straits that I absolutely loved. It's him and Fred Ward, and it's great. But like nobody's ever seen it.
No, I haven't seen that. I'm gonna have to check it out.
It's like a treasure hunt kind of adventure film.
Oh, I love stuff like that. You know that.
Where he's like Raul Julia plays like a Cuban expat who recruits these two guys to go to Cuba to try to find this gold that was left there.
Ooh, that sounds fun, actually.
He's actually more interested in like reuniting with like a lost love.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's right. Mike said that there was a rumor back in 2012 that the Burton was looking to reboot Addams Family. I forgot about that. Is this movie somewhere in New York? I don't believe so. Well, let's go. Matt Whitehurst just joined. The Youth Critic just joined. What's going on, Kale? It's good to see you guys, man. Happy to have you guys aboard for our Addams Family watch along. I love that they're gonna find that. Yeah, they never proved anything. so effortlessly. Raul Julia would have made a good Zorro.
Yeah.
He really would have. Next quarter. I forgot about that. Raul Julia was originally going to be the villain in Bucho and Robert Rodriguez Desperado. Man, that would have been so good. Matt asked on the top 50 TV show theme songs, where would you guys put the Addams Family theme on the list?
I'm not sure, honestly. I'd probably put it. I mean, maybe middle of the pack. I'm not sure. Like I mentioned, I like the Munsters one more personally.
Me too.
It's all instrumentals. I'm a sucker for like instrumentals, but this song is great as well.
Yeah, it'd be somewhere in the middle of the pack probably for me. I'm not quite sure. And then Kale said, "I'm sorry to be late to the movie, but what's happening plot wise? I've never seen it." Not a lot is happening right now. They have 2 lawyers currently at the house, and they may or may not have found his brother.
Yeah, you're just kind of learning.
There's a lot of just establishing
the of them as a family. Yeah.
I think she's in Home Alone too.
We have said that to you twice.
Oh.
Yeah, she works at the hotel.
Oh.
You've been smooching with everyone. Little Mo with the gimpy leg. Sorry, wrong movie.
Like I said, we may or may not be doing that later in the year, so we don't want to spoil all of it. Down, kitty.
What's your favorite Dan Hedaya movie?
Damn it, Tim.
I'm partial to Commando, where he's the bad guy in Commando.
With John Matrix.
I mean, he's not the actual main villain. He aspires to be the main villain, but he's not the...
I agree with Brandy. I do want this library.
The library is sweet.
Lurch just standing there is so creepy. The monthly expenses. That poor lawyer, man, just looks so beat up after going over there. I kind of love it.
He basically hates his life.
Yeah. I imagine that would be pretty heavy, though, with all the gold.
Oh, yeah. Very heavy.
So Bradbury and Craven are clearly nods to Wes Craven and Ray Bradbury, right? Like, it's not just random happenstance that they named those characters that.
Probably not. I mean, it's probably not happenstance. It's probably
a nod to both of them.
Homage.
Yeah. Matt wants to know our timestamp. Matt, we are at 14:37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. My first Christopher Lloyd film was Back to the Future. There's no doubt in my mind it was Back to the Future.
Yeah, I mean, my first was probably Back to the Future.
Yeah, and then Roger Rabbit probably.
And then going back in time, I think his earliest film role I can think of is One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. I think that might be his first film actual.
Yeah, and then of course Taxi was as the television show.
Yeah.
You'll see, Kale. You'll see. Ooh, Star Trek 3. That one's really good. Ooh, Angels in the Outfield is a good choice. I love that movie.
Angels in the Outfield has a great soundtrack by Randy Edelman, and they play it in California Adventure over by California Screamin'.
They do. Not
California Screamin', over by Soarin' Over the World.
I knew what you meant. I worked there. It's a miserable night. I love how happy they are.
About this whole Fester thing.
You forgot about the whole Fester thing?
Mm-hmm.
I love that they're trying to get struck by lightning. Like, just everything about this family is so backwards, and I love it. And that was the difference between them and the Munsters. Is like the Munsters didn't live in the same kind of backwards mentality world. The thing about the Munsters is they were a normal family that just
they weren't like sadistic. They were just like a normal family, just as like monsters. And yeah, the Addams family are just kind of freaks.
yeah. Christopher Lloyd's actually kind of creepy in this.
Gordon.
Yeah. Kale coming in hot. Prince of Darkness is a great soundtrack. I think Donald Pleasance did it too. Well done, Kale. Well done.
Oh God.
He's also, it's interesting because this character's dressed like Norman and has this relationship with the mother.
Yeah, and they were at like a motel. Like a motel.
Clearly an homage. Yeah, it's clearly an homage to Psycho, and I love that. Because he even calls her mother, and she even kind of looks a little bit like Marion Crane. I feel like we should be in the Red Room right now. You know, the Addams family would probably love the Red Room.
Oh, yeah.
Just throwing that out there.
Entrails. And then they recast the grandma, right, in the second film?
Yes.
It's what's her name from isn't it the girl from like Scrooge and that actress? I forgot her name.
Yeah, I don't remember the name, but they definitely recast her.
She plays like the fairy or whatever, the ghost that's like all goofy.
What the hell is he with the fucking butcher cleaver?
Pugsley.
Was Pugsley in like anything else?
I'm not sure. I don't think he was really in much after this. No.
Carol Kane. Thank you, Reefism.
Carol Kane. There we go. Yes.
Kale says, I wonder if they would actually vacation at the Overlook. Of course they would. The fact that they're doing a seance is so awesome. Good job, Thing.
That's
Thing, you're a handful. What a great joke. This movie is so well written.
This is the same year Christina Ricci was in Casper, I think.
Was it?
I think so.
91.
Casper was like 94, though, wasn't it?
Was it?
Casper was later.
I think Casper's like 94, 95, because I think I saw Casper in theaters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I think she was closer to her age and values for Casper.
95, never mind.
Yeah.
Okay, I was
values was
I
like
keep thinking that
94.
Casper's older than that because it kind of
93?
has that aesthetic.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Pugsley wasn't as good as it gets. Great call, Brandy.
Oh, was he? It's
Yeah.
been a long time since I've seen as good as it gets.
Man, the friggin' chat went after us there for a second, guys. Look at that. Nope, 95, not until 95. Ooh. Sorry, guys.
We said it was later.
I know.
I'm the only one that got it wrong.
Oh, that's right. Reefism. Carol Kane was in the original When a Stranger Calls. What a
Yeah.
great
What a Stranger Calls is great.
movie. I love that he's playing the piano organ.
The point of view shots for Thing are fun too.
They are very, very great direction from Barry Sonnenfeld. And again, like, it definitely feels very Men in Black like. It's very obvious why he was chosen for Men in Black with the script that they had. Like, the energy is the same. These worlds could have been the same. You could put the Men in Black in this, and I would believe that it's the same place.
Yeah.
Mother. She was dressed like Donald Pleasance with the overcoat and everything.
With the duster.
Yeah. Apparently, Patty says she's always confused when it comes to Mama. I think that they make her Morticia's mother here, but in the newest animated movie, she's Fester and Gomez's mother. Interesting. That is a little weird.
Really, that's odd.
Yeah, because I think in the original show, was there Mama in the original show? I think there was, right? Or no?
I think there might have been. I don't remember Addams Family as much as the Munsters.
It might have worked better for the movie if she was their mother. That might have worked better. I have to see 2019s again, but yeah.
Can I imagine this is a early Scott Rudin production? Honestly, yeah. I think that the one thing I've learned about Scott Rudin is that he's always had an eye for talent, and he picks pretty good projects, and this was the right pedigree for him. As weird as that might sound. What are our favorite Angelica Houston performances? Whew. I mean, this is up there for me. I know that.
I've already mentioned it a couple times, but I'm partial to the movie The Witches, and her as the Grand High Witch. I love it.
I'm always gonna obviously it was brought up earlier also, Captain EO, not a real movie per se, but the theme park attraction was really great. Oh, Prizzy's Honor. She's fantastic in Prizzy's Honor with Jack Nicholson.
Yes, I'm aware of that now.
Sorry, Tim.
Well, I was aware of it after I heard. I was like, oh yeah, that's that one. Yep.
Yeah.
She's good in the Royal Tenenbaums. She's in that, right? Yep. She's the mom.
Yep. And she's good in Ever After also.
I mean, she's in a lot of his movies because she was in The Life Aquatic too.
She was
think,
in Smash. Yeah, she was.
Did Christopher Lloyd put on a fat suit, or did he gain weight for this role?
Oh no, it's definitely a fat suit.
Okay, because his face kind of looks a little thicker.
It's good makeup, man.
They did the fat suit like they did in the movie The Ice Cream Man, if everyone's ever seen it, where they just made the kid put a pillow in his shirt.
Yep.
Really?
And it doesn't even there's no avoiding the fact that it's yep, that kid just has a pillow in his shirt. It's so good.
Oh, I see. I think.
They didn't do that in here, but I was joking.
He's so excited to hold a crowbar. No. He's just so worried. Christopher Lloyd has some great facial expressions, and he does really great acting just in general with his facial movements. It's really, really awesome.
Yeah, Christopher Lloyd was in. I was talking about this recently with Pat, but there was this TV show that Steven Spielberg was kind of created called Amazing Stories, and Christopher Lloyd was in my favorite one called. It was called, I think, The Head of the Class or something Head of the Class, but he was this tyrannical teacher, and the two teenagers were trying to kill him basically, and things don't go right, but it was great.
He's just so
basically
good.
He loses his head, he gets his head cut off, and he's still alive. His head's still talking.
I loved Amazing.
Mr. Brand, I always remember that.
Those little brat. He's so good. And playing a very different version of any character we'd really seen from him in a lot of ways. You think about, I guess Who Framed Roger Rabbit, this is probably the closest. He's always kind of eccentric, but I think this is a more dark, serious type character for him.
It's even added another layer because he's trying to pretend to be somebody he's not.
Right. Oh yeah, Kale brings up an excellent point. The Exorcist DP did this movie.
Really? Oh my God.
You can tell a little bit. And Brian said Barry Sonnenfeld was perfect at this film. I completely agree with you. Ooh, Lonesome Dove. Nice call, Matt. Agreed, Reefism. I think that's what I like so much about this, is I think that this movie, their relationship is just so good. The chemistry is just palpable. I want to sink into a bed like that, man. As a kid, this actually did spook me a little bit. It's just really well made in all the right ways where it can get under your skin if you're young. I just love Thing so much. I love how they're calmed and happy by the screams. He's home. What a weird, comforting thought. Screams in the night means that he's home. Oh man. I love all these outside shots of the mansion, by the way. I think that this looks
They're really
so cool.
Yeah.
It's a little bit Psycho-esque in look, and it's also a little bit
The house
Burt.
is definitely based on the
Also a
Psycho
little
house.
bit Beetlejuice.
Yeah, and a little bit Beetlejuice. So a
Yeah.
little bit of everything. I kind of like that. It's a good flavor.
Mamushka.
2 out of 3. Pretty sure that he wet himself there, guys.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite Gomez actor? Brian asks. I mean, I think for me, it's definitely Raul Julia.
Yeah, I mean, hands down, Raul Julia.
Yeah. I mean, I have to watch Addams Family Reunion again with Tim Curry, but I really like his performance in this film. Because there's only been them two and the voice actor.
Well, and of course, as we were talking about earlier, there was also
John Astin. Yeah.
Would this count as both a Christmas and Halloween? Because both holidays are shown. I mean, I think it shows them hating on Christmas. I don't know if you can count it.
I think there's a point that a Christmas movie isn't a Christmas movie if it doesn't thematically go around Christmas, even if it shows it.
Yeah.
This movie is all about family, and isn't that ultimately what Christmas movies are?
Yeah.
I mean, theoretically speaking. Patty and Mike both say that Oscar Isaac is really great. I don't know that yet, guys. I have actually not seen the animated movie yet. Full disclosure. No, Values is not the best. Oh, is it the Batman Returns of the series? I read it as Batman and Robin. Maybe we could say that.
Values is, from what I remember, just as good.
I like Values more, actually. Because I like the fact that it showcases Pugsley and Wednesday more. Mm-hmm. And Joan Cusack is amazing in her role in that movie.
Joan Cusack's really kind of amazing in everything, isn't she?
Yeah, she's fantastic. Because Debbie,
the
Black Widow, the temptress of Waikiki.
And doesn't Values go through the relationship between Gomez and Fester more too, I think?
A little bit, yeah.
I did like the trailer a lot. I just never got to the movie. Last year, as you guys know, ended up being kind of a blur for me the last several months, so I just never saw it.
I just want to go explore the Addams Family house. I want to go pull all those chains.
Right?
See what they all do.
This is so Burton-esque right here, too. But also, again, it's so Barry Sonnenfeld and feels straight out of Men in Black also. They came from the same cloth. And didn't Barry Sonnenfeld, he started as a DP. What was it that I remember recently that I discovered he was a DP on? I have to go look.
In the second one, I also love, the fact that they go to camp and all the camp stuff is great.
Yeah.
With Peter McNichol.
Oh, that's right. Dude, he's the DP for When Harry Met Sally. The last time I watched that, I was so taken aback while I was watching it. I did not realize he was the DP on that movie. And he's done a bunch of others.
Apparently he was the Coen Brothers DP for years as well.
Yeah, because he did Miller's Crossing. He also did Misery. That was the last one he did. He did Big. He did Throw Mama from the Train. He did Raising Arizona. And he did Blood Simple. So he did quite a bit.
Misery's great.
Misery's fantastic.
It's like, how big is this house? Good Lord, look at that.
This is Phantom of the Opera stuff right here, man. Like, this is such a nod to Phantom of the Opera in all the right ways.
Yeah.
There's so many homages that I'm like really picking up on this time. It's been a little bit since I've seen this, and it's like, oh my god, they really went all in on so many different things.
Two, 10, 11.
2, 10, 11. Ice fingers toe.
I love how it's like, yeah, you have 11 toes. That's normal.
And then, yeah, just the way they say it, and you're like, oh, so they're different. Yeah.
I mean, at one point, I had 11 fingers.
This is a true story.
What?
I said I was born with 11 fingers because I had 2 thumbs on my right hand.
Wow, how did that? Oh wow!
And then they operated on it and surgically merged them.
Holy crap! I never knew that.
Look at Chris right now.
Look at that content, my thumb right in your face.
That's awesome.
But I could have been the only movie critic to give 3 thumbs up, man. My parents really fucked me over.
You would have survived in all.
I love movies so much. Could have been 3 thumbs up.
Yeah.
Could have been like Tim gave. Tim said it's a 2 thumbs up movie. That's pretty good. Well, it's middle of the road. 3 thumbs up is what you look for.
Then we could have been 5 thumbs up overall.
Yep.
Missed opportunity. This looks like the bank in Harry Potter.
Mm.
Oh, Gringotts.
Gringotts, yeah. There's just a feel of the vault right now. Am I wrong?
About 257.
Okay, well, what a story, Tim.
The more you know.
Because knowing is half the battle. There's almost precedence for them going to camp now in Valley.
So it sets up this whole thing, and then they go to camp in the second one.
Yeah.
But it's actually, they don't want to go to camp, and it's actually Joan Cusack's idea to send him to camp to get him out of the house. But
right. Oh, apparently Matt says he was born with a gill. What?
Nice.
That's wild.
You're a regular Kevin Costner over there.
Yeah. Tell me, what are the atolls like out in your world, Matt?
Watch out for smokers.
Jack Black was a smoker.
He was. He's like, been smoking since 10.
Yeah.
5.
Mother insisted that they've been smoking since they were 5. What? This whole thing is so crazy. Drove him off to the Bermuda Triangle.
Is the Bermuda Triangle still a thing? I remember when I was a kid, I was always so interested in that.
I think they figured it out that it's just a lot of storms out there, and that's what makes things crash.
It's all because Cthulhu lives in the Bermuda Triangle. We all know that's true. Kale says that we'd have to have a 2020 special for the story of his birth. Now I'm curious.
I was also born with a indented chest, so my chest caves in a little bit.
I thought we weren't going to talk about the fact that I hit you so hard in the chest that I caved it in. So it can kill you. What a weird thing for them to be playing with in an electric chair. Please let her electrocute me. What? That smile she gives is so scary.
Pugsley always reminded me as a kid, because I watched a lot of Three Stooges, always reminded me of Curly, like a young version of Curly.
Yeah, I could see that.
Are they like immortal?
They just don't get hurt.
Yeah.
They were born sadistic. They
They're
were
kind of like Curly. When you hit Curly over the head with something, it breaks.
It's true.
Like a knife, it bends. Oh yeah, they're bidding on their own thing.
Brandy, Christina Ricci also sus. So we're never gonna get rid of that, are we? Everyone keeps saying how suspect I am when we were playing Among Us.
Oh my god.
It would be funny if Pugsy's not in the movie anymore.
After begging to be electrocuted.
Yeah. Well, he's not there, so.
They're like, this is weird. He should know how that works.
They're catching on, man. Something's wrong with Fester.
I think it's been obvious.
That's a great shot, by the way, of the train to make it feel like it's out on a big track.
Here's the, I believe it's a Barry Sonnenfeld cameo as he's like the passenger on the train.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Amblin Soul. PJ looks so happy to be watching this movie. I love this movie, so I am very happy to be watching it. And I'm a big Barry Sonnenfeld fan. If you guys couldn't tell, obviously, I'm a big fan of the first 3 Men in Black movies, but these movies were very formative for me in my younger years. Even though I was more of a Monsters person, these movies still mean a lot to me.
He didn't direct Men in Black International, right? That was someone.
Yeah, it was F. Gary Gray.
Yeah, that's right.
We forget Barry Sonnenfeld also did Get Shorty, and Get Shorty fucking rocks.
Yeah.
Is that the movie with John Travolta and Uma Thurman and all of them?
Jane DeVito, yeah.
Gene Hackman.
What a cast that was.
Yeah, the second one's fine that they did. That was actually directed by F. Gary Gray also.
Be Cool, is that what it's called?
Yeah, Be Cool, directed by F. Gary Gray, I think. Let me see. Now I'm curious. I was right. F. Gary Gray did direct Be Cool. So that's weird. He made 2 sequels, and I never realized this, to Barry Sonnenfeld films.
There's Barry Sonnenfeld.
Oh, yeah. I never noticed that before. I love his cameo in Men in Black 2. Him and his family's cameo. When Kay gets brought back from being neuralized, and they go into the apartment, and his family is just sitting in the apartment. Mike, maybe F. Gary Gray should stop directing sequels to Sonnenfeld films.
I don't really like Men in Black 2, but it has probably my favorite, the thing I laugh at the most out of the entire trilogy. The movie I don't really like, but I like this one part because it cracks me up all the time.
Which part?
It's the part where at the very end, whenever Jay opens his locker and the little things are in there, they're all, oh hell Jay, oh, and he goes, why'd you put them little rats in my locker, man?
That's the best.
I have little rats in my locker.
I have a soft spot for Men in Black 2. I don't think it's nearly as good as 1 and 3, but there is a part of me that does enjoy a lot of it. I think Knoxville's actually really good in it.
Knoxville's good in it. I like that creepy bounty hunter guy until he reveals that he's floating on a bunch of mini versions of himself.
Yeah, I like Frank's
carrier as a big creepy thing, but
it's very Phantasm-esque actually.
Yeah,
yeah, I don't love that.
More Flynn Boyle in it that much as the villain, but
they also radically changed that third act because of 9/11, so that's why the third act feels so disjointed from the rest of the movie. But I do like
walk around the Addams Family graveyard.
Me too. I just want to go to this house, man. Imagine if Horror Nights did an Addams Family house. That'd be dope. I really don't love International, but I do like the other Men in Black movies like you do, Kale, so I understand.
3 is great. I like three's really good.
3, I actually rewatched last week, and it was just so amazing how well that movie continues to age and like exactly how much it understands like that world. I think it's just such a perfect finale for those versions of the characters. Even if I would have liked to see Will Smith pop up in International, I think that like 3 is just such a natural end.
Oh yeah.
Also, Josh Brolin should have been nominated for Best Supporting Actor for that movie, and I won't hear otherwise. He's fantastic as a young version of Kay.
Tim Burton was supposed to direct this movie.
Oh, really?
Just reading that right now because I was looking up about the house because someone asked about the house, and it says that Tim Burton was originally supposed to direct but passed.
That's it. I mean, it's obvious that they kind of wanted him. Oh, Brandy, you need to change that. I love the third one. They're so good. And Kale, are you talking about this? I don't know where the house is and if you can take a tour. I want to say it was just a backlot set type thing.
Yeah, I feel like it's probably just a set. I wouldn't be surprised if like the out shots are like a miniature even.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. Again, very Beetlejuice-esque because that's a lot of what Burton did in that movie. Honestly, I'm almost glad that Tim Burton didn't do this because this became the Barry Sonnenfeld coming out party for me, and that was like a big deal.
He couldn't even if he wanted to because he had Nightmare Before Christmas and Batman Returns at this time.
Well, that's probably why he turned it down. He probably wanted to do Batman Returns instead. Which arguably was the right call because Batman Returns is still like maybe one of the best comic book movies of all time.
That's not an understatement. But also he was doing Nightmare and producing that at the same time too.
Mike said, didn't one of the screenwriters of Beetlejuice write this?
Possibly. I'm gonna look.
I can look right now.
Well,
somebody who the screenwriter for Edward Scissorhands did.
Yeah, Caroline Thompson did a lot of. She did Nightmare Before Christmas, Edward Scissorhands, Corpse Bride,
and the other one was Beetlejuice. The other guy did do Beetlejuice.
Okay, so that makes sense. There's definitely a Tim Burton pedigree then to this too. I don't think that changes the Barry Sonnenfeld-ness of the film though at all. Like again, I think he's the natural successor in a lot of ways to Tim Burton, and I think that the Men in Black movies in this clearly show that. But I mean, Men in Black was written by Ed Solomon, and he's definitely a very different writer than the people who did the Burton stuff. I mean, the Bill and Ted movies prove that. So I think that's interesting. Nicely done, Michael. Aim for a major artery. God, he's so good and just so effortlessly cool in every way he delivers his dialogue.
He's even the best part of the Street Fighter movie, and I actually do like the Street Fighter movie, but he's also the best part of it. Pugsley.
Terry Gilliam made this movie too. Terry Gilliam, did he produce this? Or was he supposed to make this, or did he write some of it?
He may have been at one point on the short list or something, possibly. I feel like this movie would have been even weirder if Gilliam made it, especially like early 90s Gilliam.
Dude, seriously, like...
Because that was like right after like Brazil and...
Yeah, and right before 13 Monkeys.
12 Monkeys.
Or 12 Monkeys, thank you.
Baron Munchausen was around this time.
Mm-hmm. Did you ever see Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus? That was the last...
No, that's Heath Ledger movie.
Heath Ledger, and then Johnny Depp and Jude Law and Colin Farrell took over the parts when he was in the Imaginarium. It's actually very interesting, and like what a Terry Gilliam way to actually handle that situation.
Unfortunately, Terry Gilliam's kind of a piece of shit.
Yeah, I know. That's unfortunate, really. I was gonna try to ignore that.
I still love Time Bandits, and I love Monty Python.
Me too, man.
I mean, I love Time Bandits. I love Baron Munchausen. Brazil's great. 12 Monkeys is fantastic.
And of course, the Fisher King.
Yeah.
Robin Williams, Jeff Bridges. That movie should have won Robin Williams an Oscar. I actually like how the guy starts to really actually become Fester more.
Yeah, he starts to get comfortable and.
This is such a psycho-esque relationship. He is Norman Bates. He's going a little mad, and Mother is controlling him.
I'm trying to remember though. He is Fester, right? Did they explain that? I'm trying to remember.
No,
or is he not Fester and just kind of becomes Fester?
He becomes Fester. I
don't remember.
He becomes Fester. I don't want to say exactly what happens, but he becomes Fester at the end. Refism, I have not yet. I want to. It's on my list of stuff to watch, but that stuff is a long list. So chilly. I mean, I have to agree with this. If you look deeply into the movie, it is a little bit creepy, and I mean that's kind of the point, right? That's what the Addams Family is.
I mean, they're supposed to be demented, and
yeah, I don't remember how they write themselves out of this with Fester.
I do. I don't want to say because obviously you guys don't remember. So, and I know that there's someone in the chat who's never seen that, which is Gail, and I don't want to spoil it.
I'll just have my lollipop.
Interesting.
The score is even a little Danny Elfman-esque.
Yeah, it was done by Mark Scheinman.
Yeah.
Who also worked on When Harry Met Sally.
Mm-hmm. When Harry Met Sally does not feel like a Barry Sonnenfeld looking type movie, but him working with Rob Reiner and the Coens makes sense with who he is and like who they are. Very similar sensibilities, I feel like. Yeah, I agree, Mike. Lloyd is really great in the emotional monologues. Damn you, Addams.
The play is one of the best parts of the movie.
Yeah. I guess it is still kind of Christmassy now, isn't it? There's snow and stuff outside right now. Miss Firkins. What a last name, Firkins.
And of course, the lawyers, Tully and his wife, their son is the raptor kid from Jurassic Park.
Yes.
Kind of like a big turkey.
Yeah.
At least I think it is.
Mike says, case in point, the ending of Back to the Future 3, it's sappy as hell, but it never ceases to make me tear up. And I feel very similar. I love the ending of that movie. I think sappy is such an overrated thing that people like to say about movies. There's nothing inherently wrong with being sentimental.
These jokes, these like little jokes at like political figures, so good.
Yeah. enslaved a minister. Was that minister Donald Pleasance? Is that the birth of the Prince of Darkness?
I wish Donald Pleasance made a cameo here.
I wish he did too. Kale wants you to know that you have a nice mohawk, Tim. He just noticed it.
Thanks. It's long right now.
It is.
So it's like it's got the whole Free Willy Orca fin thing going on.
You should leave it like that.
No, I need to cut it so I can actually style it a little better. But I'm also probably going to dye it. I'm thinking about dyeing it soon.
Okay.
So we'll see.
Yeah, that is definitely the Raptor kid, by the way.
Not very scary.
Can I tell you how irrationally excited I am to see Jeff Goldblum, Laura Dern, and what's his name back in Jurassic Park 6?
Sam Neill.
Sam Neill, thank you. It blanked there for a second.
It's great because both of the movies have musical numbers. Because this one has this little musical number,
Yeah.
and then the second one there's the whole camp musical number with the turkey.
I love how annoyed Gomez looks right now. Brandy says frosted tip mohawk for you.
Nah, I'm going full dye job. I have to bleach it first though, so the color will come out.
Oh God, you're gonna be a bleached white Tim.
No, I'm gonna bleach it first, but no one's gonna see that, and then I'll dye it.
I demand pictures, sir, and so do
Yeah,
the patrons.
I'll probably take pictures, but I'm not gonna like. I'll do it all probably the same day. Well, maybe not. I don't know if that's advisable.
Chat, if you guys want to see pictures of Tim with bleached hair, let us know. And if you haven't joined the Patreon, maybe we can use those as exclusive Patreon things. I also love Addams Family Values because we'll talk about that.
Yeah, I like it, like I said earlier. I like it more than this one, and I love this one. So
Mike says he'd be down for pictures of a blonde Tim.
I can show you my yearbook pictures from freshman year. I had I straight up had like Eminem hair.
I believe that. This is a little Evil Dead Sam Raimi-ness going on right here with the living plants.
Minus the raping.
Brandy says, "Don't bleach and dye in the same day." She's watching Mondo videos to know.
That's what I was thinking. I mean, I was like, it's probably not a good idea to do the same.
The blood. Christopher Lloyd's face.
You gotta love a good squib. All this squib work.
Yeah.
Oh, this is great.
This is a very Kill Bill Volume 1 here.
The best part is the audience shot at the end and the music. The music note at the end is so good.
Yeah. Open your arms. Yes.
So good.
It's just such a perfect
Audience of the music. So good. Look at Festus' face. He's just standing up.
Yeah. It's just so good.
Not dissimilar to the ending of The Producers, with everybody just in shock.
We need to do a producer's watch along eventually. I haven't seen it in a while.
That's a great movie.
Yeah. You know, it doesn't even have a Blu-ray release here in America.
What movie?
The Producers, the musical.
Wow.
Shout did a really great release of the original Mel Brooks movie with Gene Wilder and Zero Mostel.
And I love the remake too. I think both of them are great.
I can't call it a remake. It's like Little Shop. I would never call Little Shop a remake of the original movie. I call it an adaptation of the Broadway show.
Okay. Yeah, I got you.
Sorry, that's me being pedantic on that situation.
Either way, I like both versions of it.
I do too. I'm with you. Remember, I almost burned the place to the ground last week with my Charlie and the Chocolate Factory take, so, you know.
Because that's also like Hairspray.
Yeah. An open grave. I just love that their relationship and all the things they say to each other are just like so dark and wrong and sadistic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that we're on the same page, Mike. I think that Berlanti is going to take more cues from the Broadway show. I think that the only reason to readapt that movie at this point is if you're going to actually go all in on the Broadway version of it. Yeah, their love is totally pure, Patty. I agree. The set design in this movie is just so incredible. Like, look at that graveyard scene. I don't know, man. Just all the set work and stuff is so perfect. The random shots of all the stuff in the graveyard. Addams. He was so good at making noises and sound effects as an actor.
Yeah.
Like, he's just good at being almost otherworldly in the way that he presents himself. He broke my heart in Doctor Sleep in all the right ways. When his character, bites the big one, I was very sad. Even if he was part of the crazy psycho cult thing.
Grandpa Flick, was that his name? Grandpa Flick?
Yeah, Grandpa Flick. Doctor Sleep is a freaking masterpiece. I do want to eventually do a watch along of that for the director's cut. I think it'd be fascinating.
That's so funny. I had an idea about this movie. I thought the production design might have been been done by Ken Addams, who did like a bunch of the James Bond movies. He didn't, but it looks like he did do Addams Family Values.
Oh, are you serious? That's hilarious.
Yeah, Ken Addams is great. Ken Addams did like Ben-Hur.
Yeah, one of the all-time great.
So many James Bond movies.
Yeah. Yeah, one of the all-time greats, man. Brandy, Doctor Sleep is incredible.
Oh, it's phenomenal.
Yeah. I only recently watched it, but it's great.
Did you end up watching the director's cut, or did you watch the theatrical?
I just watched the director's cut that was on HBO. Yeah,
it's the best way to watch it. You get a little bit more of the Jack Torrance scene in particular, which is really quite good.
Well, I know the opening's different too, with like the little girl, which was great.
Yeah, it's extended. Like the thing about the Doctor Sleep director's cut that I liked a lot is that there was never anything that was not a part of the movie, really, but it's all like stuff that's just extended out from other scenes, which is what I preferred. Like, even the stuff with the young version of Danny Torrance, there's no like new scene, but a lot of his scenes are extended out in the right ways.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hi, Bador. What's going on? We're happy to see you. Mike said, speaking of Flanagan, who's excited for the Haunting of Bly Manor? I am exceptionally excited. I think Haunting of Hill House is a masterpiece.
Yep, I just rewatched it, and I know Pat just did too.
Yep. Bought the Blu-ray set with the director's cuts of a couple of the episodes. The only bummer is he obviously didn't direct the entire thing this time because he was busy working on Dr. Sleep, but still hyped. And I'm really hoping that he gets Dark Tower. I know he wants it very, very badly, so here's hoping that we get it.
We lost Chris.
I think he's going to get a drink. He's still here. I can see him.
You can't see my name, I don't think, right now, my display name, but I am Lumpy Addams. Who is one of the Addams that dances with Morticia. He's got the hunchback, and he's like,
yeah. Brandy says she currently has Dr. Sleep for watching on the 16th of October. Nicely.
There he is. There's me. Lumpy.
Is that like Chewbacca's son Lumpy from the Star Wars Christmas special or holiday special, I should say?
All right. Interesting, funny horror tidbit. Do you know who played Cousin It?
I don't actually know.
I don't know the actor's name, but it's the guy that played Isaac in Children of the Corn.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. I had no idea.
Yep. I mean, not that you can tell.
No, obviously.
But yeah.
I mean, the height and stuff makes sense.
Yeah, other than that.
Children of the Corn. I haven't seen that first Children of the Corn.
Isaac Roner, I think was his character's name.
Yeah. They're doing like a direct-to-video prequel to Children of the Corn right now, I think.
They have so many direct-to-video videos for that series, aren't there already?
Yeah, but they're doing another. I know that because they just came up in the last couple of weeks.
The first one's great.
Oh, yeah.
First movie's great. It's on Amazon. Check it out, people.
That's a Stephen King adaptation, too. It's
Outlander! It's got Courtney Gaines, Linda Hamilton.
Yep. Good movie, man.
And Cousin It. Less hair, though. He has less hair in that movie.
Well, we can't all be perfect, right? Matt, I think everyone's favorite episode of Hill House is that 6th episode. It's just such a masterpiece of storytelling.
Is that the episode with, that's like the crook?
The one shot. The storm one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the straight psycho vibes of this situation is just so interesting. I really never caught this in this capacity until today.
The heck was that?
I think that was mine. And I'm not sure why. Give me just a second. I'm just going to check on it.
All right. I think it was just a fire alarm. Did your house burn down?
No, Ryan is cooking, apparently.
Ryan's burning something.
Is that a fire alarm?
That was a fire alarm.
Ryan is burning a frozen pizza.
So I didn't do it. You guys saw I was on camera the whole time.
As he pops a gummy.
Mm-hmm. I have an overwhelming amount of yellow Sour Patches left. Brandy, you're just always going to think I'm sus. I don't know what to do with you at this point.
I love that term, sus.
Don't encourage.
Keep suspecting him, especially when we play Among Us.
Dude, I was up until 2 last night playing online. I got real good at that game.
You had to make up for your stupidity.
Well, Chris, it was nice seeing you.
I'm pretty sure Brian killed me.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about. I agree with Mike. Maybe Brandy is the sus. Brandy, it was one time, Brandy. One time. One time. What is that face that Christopher Lloyd is making right now?
They're going to do the mamushka. The mamushka's pretty sweet.
I love the costume design in this movie, too. Like, we've been talking a lot about the set design, but the costumes in this are just so good.
Fester kind of looks like Emperor Palpatine in Episode 3.
I wonder if the same guys worked on Men in Black.
I mean, yeah, the costume design and, like, the makeup and hair is great in this scene alone.
Yeah.
With all the different hairstyles and stuff for all the different Addams weirdos. I'd be an Addams weirdo. I got the mohawk, you know.
I'm more of a Munsters guy, probably, I think. I fit in with them.
Are you a monster? You have to be a monster. Unless you're the cousin.
I could be the cousin.
Normal cousin.
Yeah.
What was her name? I don't remember her name.
Oh God.
Margot, Marilyn. I feel like it's
Marilyn. Cousin Marilyn.
Attack of Betty Munster.
I've been watching an awful lot of Impractical Jokers lately, but maybe I'll start rewatching the Munsters after. Clearly need to revisit.
I ran through all my Impractical Jokers like a week ago.
Yeah, I'm like halfway through season 3 already. I still need to watch Mindhunter, Reefism. I've heard nothing but great things, and I'm a big Fincher.
I know. I've only ever seen the first episode, and I liked it. I just never finished it.
Yeah, he also did House of Cards, and I wasn't the biggest House of Cards guy.
Yeah, that's also something I only watched the first. Oh, I started the first episode, and I was like, I'm not really in the space to watch this right now, and I never went back.
Are the Addams supposed to be Jewish? Because they certainly lean into it in the 2019 animated movie. That's a great question. I'd have to look into more. I mean, it feels kind of like a Jewish celebration.
Well, right here they're talking about Cossacks. Weren't Cossacks were they not? They were notoriously, I believe Cossacks were like enemies of like if you've seen the movie American Pickle.
Yeah, I haven't
seen Vendetta against. You haven't seen American Pickle?
No, not yet. I need to. No, I haven't had a chance yet. I need to. It's on my list.
I could be wrong, but I feel like the Cossacks weren't friendly with. But I could be wrong.
I'd have to ask Maxwell. I'm sure Maxwell would have a better answer for you guys.
Or maybe there was a branch of the Cossacks, Jewish Cossacks. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not big on my Eastern European history.
Yeah. Mike says you're right.
Yeah.
See, guys, you can get educational here on the PJ Campbell Network also.
I also remember, even though he's a piece of shit, I also remember a very specific Woody Allen joke in Annie Hall that's like playing to the fact of like Jews and Cossacks not getting along.
Got it. That's interesting then.
Oh, cousin it.
I'll call once I'm alone, even though they're attached.
I like its hat. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah. The sound design for Cousin It is really good in this too.
He totally borrowed his car from Steve Urkel, or maybe Steve Urkel borrowed it from him.
Yeah. That house, or those cars, I mean, look like they were Men in Black cars too. Like they look completely similar.
Never push the red button. Slick. Gordon. I like how the pennant on the wall is like Alcatraz, and I don't know what the other one is.
Yeah, I noticed the Alcatraz thing like right away.
Oh, and that wallpaper is sick too. I didn't notice it till just now. I thought it was just like dirty wallpaper, but it's got like all this like weird demonic imagery.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Put that up in my bathroom.
And put it up in the rest of my house.
My plan is to remodel one of my bedrooms, like guest bedroom, as like a Haunted Mansion themed like room.
Ooh, I like that. That's awesome.
Because the Haunted Mansion's the best.
Haunted Mansion is the best. The guilt tripping. That's some serious guilt tripping right there.
What's her name? Dr.
I feel like I remember a different twist at the end.
Okay, the bed sheets kind of have a Shining color scheme vibe to them. Fast asleep. Look at that. He looks like a little entree. That'd be a good 5-point question in the Schmodown. What is the name of the dance that they do in the Addams Family?
Mamushka.
Mamushka.
I always will know that one for sure.
Even if I put it in
that's
2000s movies.
Round 1.
What was that, Chris?
That'd make a good round 1 question.
I don't think enough people love the Addams Family in the way that we love the Addams Family, my friend, as much as I'd love it to be.
I think you do it to screw with people and make them complain. That'd be funny.
Funny to you. Funny to you. They don't complain about you on the internet. The sun also rises. Lurch. There's some classic Universal sound design for the monster with Lurch too. A little bit of Frankenstein meets the Wolfman growls.
Lurch himself kind of gives off Frankenstein vibes.
Yeah.
Frankenstein's monster, guys. Frankenstein's monster.
Frankenstein's
monster. Which reminds me, I need to get those last 2 Universal monster sets still. I haven't gotten them. Creature from the Black Lagoon and Mummy, I think. No, I have the Mummy. There's another one I haven't gotten yet.
I got to see the Creature and the Creature 2 in 3D.
Oh, I know. I was supposed to go with you. It was the weekend I moved down here.
Yeah, it was great. Well, only the first one was in 3D. The second one wasn't, which was good because I don't know if I could have done 2 movies in like that form of 3D.
Yeah, with the red and blue and everything.
Yeah. It was great.
Oh, it's the Invisible Man. That's the other set I don't have yet.
I love Creature from the Black Lagoon. It's my favorite.
Me too, man.
My favorite Universal monster. Well, Dracula's up there too, but
my favorite Universal monster is Creature, and then it's a toss-up between Wolfman and Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah. I like how in both these movies, Gomez has these moments where he's like, kind of like loses his mind a little bit.
Yeah. I am that fool. Oh man, what else is he in?
The Judge, yeah, he's super familiar. I'll look him up. The way he talks in this movie, it's not him, obviously, but the way he talks in this movie reminds me of Christopher Plummer's character in Dragnet.
Yeah, a little bit. Dude, Dragnet's super underrated if you guys have never seen that.
Dragnet's great.
And Dan Aykroyd. It is fantastic.
So good. I love Dragnet.
By the way, man, I don't know if you're seeing Arrow is getting a lot of the Universal stuff, and they're doing 4Ks. I'm hoping that the Burbs gets a 4K release. It'd be pretty dope because they're doing Tremors right now, and they did Flash Gordon.
He was in Spinal Tap. Let's see. Waiting for Guffman. A Mighty Wind. So he's on a lot of Christopher Guest stuff.
I was gonna say he's a big Christopher Guest fan.
Yeah, that's really, he was in After the Sunset. I don't know. The Devil's Advocate, but is uncredited. Cocktail. The Goodbye Girl. Yeah.
What's this guy's name?
The judge?
Yeah.
Paul Benedict.
Paul Benedict. I'm going to look now.
He was on The Jeffersons, too. As like
That might be what I'm thinking of.
The English neighbor.
That's what I'm thinking of because I grew up watching The Jeffersons, so that explains it.
And he was on Sesame Street.
Oh, wow, yeah. Of all the things, The Jeffersons is the pool for me, but that checks out.
I mean, I'm always good for a Spinal Tap watch-along, Mike K.
I do like Spinal Tap, man. Spinal Tap's great. I'm a big Rob Reiner guy. Yeah, Stardew, the Dragnet movie is the one we're talking about, which I'm super excited about. No, not The Birds, Kale. The Burbs with Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks, and it's fantastic.
Tom Hanks. Bruce Dern, Rick Druckerman.
Yep.
Henry Gibson. Brother Theodore. Courtney Gaines.
Directed by Joe Dante.
Film scored by Jerry Goldsmith.
One of Jerry Goldsmith's best scores.
I think I'm going to watch The Burbs after this, maybe.
Oh, I know what the other one is for me. I'm a big fan of that movie, The Freshman, with Matthew Broderick.
Yeah.
That's the other thing he's in. He's the teacher. Yeah, he's his college professor.
So this part right here, I'll wait for it to happen, actually.
Major credit cards accepted.
Got that Tombstone Pizza billboard.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's a Tombstone Pizza billboard behind him. Great shot.
Some good lemonade.
That Wooded Indian kind of looked like the Wooded Indian from Creepshow, too.
Old Chief Woodenhead.
Yeah. Patty would like a timestamp. We are currently at 1:18:27, 28, 29, 30, 31.
Are we able to send the Amazon link also?
Yeah, I can put it back in the chat if they have a Prime account.
Yeah, I imagine it would just be where we're at probably if you clicked on it.
Yep. The link is also right here, guys. So if you guys want to click that and catch up too.
So right here, this part. I don't know if it's the same character or not, but that's the girl from the sequel at the camp.
Oh yeah, it is.
But I don't think they ever established if it's the same character or not. Like, I don't think it is, but
Are Pugsley and Wednesday
Amanda, whatever her name is in the second one. I'll be the victim all your life. Are they made from real Girl Scouts?
I want some Tombstone Pizza now, damn it.
Tombstone's one of the better frozen pizzas.
I know. Named after an area that Tim and I are not that far from.
I like Red Baron. Red Baron pizzas are good.
Yeah, Red Baron is real good.
So is Celeste.
Actually, a lot of the store versions, like Trader Joe's, has really good frozen pizzas.
Yes, they do.
And like the Target Archer Farms pizzas are really good. But yeah, the Trader Joe's pizzas are bomb. They're like probably my favorite frozen pizzas.
Trader Joe's has got some of the best groceries out there.
Oh yeah,
no doubt. I've come to love my local fries, though, my friend. I have to say,
they're all crying. It's like Kindergarten Cop.
I know.
I like how she just looks at the camera.
The acting of the hand in this is just so good. Great shots, again, as Tim was talking about, from the point of view.
Let's see a spin-off movie where Thing is working in an office building as a courier. This is a spin-off TV series.
You know, I don't know if that sustain itself, Tim. I'm sorry. So her running back past the window. Here, kitty, just so good. I was expecting you to scream, Chris.
No, it was cute.
Oh, okay. You're saying the killer clown hand wasn't cute the other night?
No.
Why did it look like he was having ramen?
No, that was just some condensed Campbell's chicken noodle soup, man. That's exactly what that was.
Hey, man, don't talk shit about Campbell's, okay?
I wasn't talking shit about it. I was just saying that's exactly what that was.
Oh,
I see what you did there because your last name's Campbell.
yeah, very good, Chris.
Oh.
I like Campbell's soup.
I like Campbell's soup too. We can't talk shit about Campbell's soup here.
Hey, PJ, you even have a street named after you here in Tucson, so get over it.
That's true, we do, and there's a really good pizza joint on that street.
There's a lot of good things on Campbell. Prep and pastries on Campbell. Baja. Cafes on Campbell.
That prep and pastry place is so good, man. Every time I go there, the sandwiches are just so bomb. If for anyone here who wants to come visit Tim and I in Tucson, we will take you to Prep and Bakery. They do good creme brulee too. I was shocked how good the creme brulee was. I had it last week when I went with Dwayne.
You're talking about Beyond Bread, not.
Oh yeah, Beyond Bread. Sorry, I got it mixed up. Prep and Pastry's the place that we went for breakfast one time.
Yeah, they're like a brunch like lunch place.
That one. That's the one.
They're both on Campbell though.
They are. The one's just past the other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Beyond Bread's great too.
Yeah, Beyond Bread. Sorry, I got it mixed up. Damn it, Kale. How do you think I make a living? The lighting in this is so good because it really does evoke a lot of those like classic Universal monsters, and
always focusing on the eyes.
Yeah, like this is a very Hitchcockian style shot for the motel. Sonnenfeld was really going all in on his love for the classic thrillers and monsters, I think. Mike, I would gladly house you if you came out this way to hang out. I love Gilligan's Island. I have that on DVD too. That show's the best. The sandwiches are worth it, Kale, and so is the pizza places that we go to.
Not to mention lots of good Mexican food. I don't know where you live, but
there's a lot here too.
No, I don't know where Mike lives. If there's like Mexican food.
Oh, he's in like upstate New York.
Oh yeah, so probably not.
Also, we got some good hiking places if that's your thing too. Like we hike a lot.
Just don't come in the summer if you want to hike.
Yeah. Then you might die.
Unless you want to hike early in the morning.
These shots, even of it going across, or thing, I mean, going across, are just so good. Him playing chicken with all the cars, essentially. Trying to hitchhike.
Pulling the old Marty McFly right now.
Yeah.
Let's kick in the power of love.
Classic 80s song, Huey Lewis and the News.
You know Huey Lewis cameos as in Back to the Future, right?
Yeah. I'm sorry, fellas. I'm afraid you're just too darn loud.
Too darn loud.
You're just too darn loud. I keep thinking, man, we need to do a Back to the Future watch along of the trilogy on this channel. And I don't know. I wanted to do it on November 5th, but that's a Thursday. It's in the middle of the week. Because I'll be honest, I don't know if I can just do them one at a time. I feel like I'd have to binge watch it.
Look at them eating those tricks. Are those tricks? Before they were fruit shaped?
Yeah, and now that's what Trix looks like now, is they've gone back to the balls without being fruit shaped. I haven't had Trix in a while.
I haven't had fun cereal in a while. I'm pretty boring. I don't really. When I do get cereal, I usually get like something like
Raisin Bran,
multi-grain or something, because I'm getting old, so I get that stuff.
Yeah, I've been getting like Raisin Bran lately.
Every now and then, I should splurge and get some like Reese's Puffs or something.
It feels right.
Fruity Pebbles.
I'm all about them Fruity Pebbles, man. Guys, what's your favorite breakfast cereal? I'm curious now. We're talking about it. Breakfast cereal.
Breakfast cereal Survivor.
I do have Pop-Tarts in my cupboard, actually, though.
Oh, look at this guy right here. I agree, PJ. The Back to the Future franchise is like Pringles. You can't have just one. What a great 90s throwback to the Pringles. You can't have just one tagline.
Once you pop, can't stop, right?
They changed tricks a long time ago. It went back to being balls like 4 years ago or something, I think.
Yeah, it's due to factory stuff. They did the same thing to Nutter Butters.
Brandy, this actually breaks my heart a little bit. I'm not going to lie. Yep, Kale's like us.
I eat eggs a lot. Like I'll make either
Me too.
like an omelet or a fried egg sandwich, or I'll do like a hard-boiled egg.
I've been doing a lot of
burritos here and there.
Yeah, if I make eggs, usually I'll make like 4 eggs in the morning and then toast and a yogurt. Dude, Mike K gets me. Cinnamon Toast Crunch was the best.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch is good.
That's more like a dessert, though. Wait, like
honeycombs. Honeycombs are good. Corn Pops.
Corn Pops are great. Honey Shreddies. I have not had Honey Shreddies. Eggs and cinnamon toast. That sounds good too. Fruit Loops, Brian. Oh man,
Fruit Loops are good. I might have to go buy some cereal later.
I know. I'm thinking all the cereal now that I want to have. Damn.
I don't have any right now.
We should totally do a cereal Survivor Island.
There used to be a cereal restaurant here in Tucson. I think I told you about that, Pat. It was down by where U of A.
Yeah.
It's a pho restaurant now, which is great. But no, it was in a different place. But it was called the Cereal Box, and you just went there and ate cereal. They just had cereal, and you just ate it.
That's amazing.
Wonder why they closed.
I mean,
they can't stop being horny. Not wrong.
I don't think it was a great business model. It was open for a while, though. I mean, it was right there by the college, so it was probably good for like the college scene. You know, drunk kids or like high kids going to get some cereal.
Canada has Timbit cereal. Are you serious, Brian? That's amazing. Yeah, I get you, Mike.
Canada has dill pickle flavored Doritos, and they are amazing.
This turn of character for him is just so good.
Where Fester changes sides.
Hurricane Irene. I love this.
Oh, I remember this.
Yeah, and everything, the way that this all plays out and how he becomes him is just so perfect.
Yeah, I think I remember exactly everything that happens now. But
I think I know what happens.
We'll have to discuss it at the end. Because now I'm thinking he is Festa the whole time.
Yeah, I think he is. We'll watch it. 1 second.
Yeah.
I think I remember it now.
If I'm remembering correctly, too.
Amnesia's a thing. These people die a horrible death. I remember this. Oh my god.
I would love another live action one, but the problem is without Raul Julia,
I mean, there is a third one.
There is a third one with Tim Curry, but
it wasn't theatrically released. I don't think so.
No, it was a Fox Kids movie or something.
I mean, this is a property where eventually they'll do another live action movie. I feel like eventually, but
it's gonna be someone of our generation who ends up doing it. That'll be how it happens. I feel. I mean, but they also don't necessarily need to right now, since obviously the animated movies are doing well. So
yeah.
And I know that, by the way, guys, you come here for the quality content of us talking about cereal while we watch the Addams Family. So thank you for indulging that tangent.
Yeah. I see what happened.
Yeah, I remember. See, that's what I remember too.
And
because he had amnesia, right?
And he got struck by lightning.
And the lightning jolted his memory back.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
Doesn't matter. That scares the shit out of me, by the way. Like, one of my big fears is being buried alive. So that actually...
Yeah, I have like some claustrophobia, so yep.
Yeah. So they literally buried them alive, right?
See, now we're at Halloween. So
By the way,
like
shout
a year
out.
later, basically.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the Avengers. There's Captain America and Spider-Man.
That punk rock kid looked like Johnny from Little Giants, the kid whose dad never shows up.
Yeah.
Pitch to Johnny. I'm Johnny.
Christopher Lloyd was such a perfect person to take over that role.
They got married.
Yeah. Do they have? Is it in this one where they have a kid, or is it the second one?
That's the second one.
Second one, right? Oh,
They have a
spoilers.
kid? Oh my god.
Spoilers. Little baby yet.
Settlemania.
Everyone else. That's what she said, right? Or no?
Yeah. Yeah, see, there it is.
Okay, so he was.
Yeah, I always took it as either he was always inside of it, like
Yeah, because it had been a while since I seen it when we were first watching. I'm just questioning. I'm like, is he not Fester? And he just becomes Fester?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's clever.
yeah, and the first son is never really brought up again. To Patty's point, Brandy gets it.
She's like, yeah, I want to deal with that kid. Ooh, I should do a Cyclops pumpkin for Halloween.
Yeah. Wake the dead.
Dead.
So Fester got amnesia, and that woman just made him think that she was his mother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
What game do they play in the Addams Family at the end of the film? Wake the dead.
Wake dead. Flip.
So good. Wake the dead.
Oh, is this where they're gonna find the dead bodies of the villains?
No, I don't think they do.
That'd be hilarious.
This orchestrated version of the Addams Family theme right there at the end
Yeah,
is real,
It's beautiful.
real nice. Brian, I'm waiting for that question to be asked in the showdown.
That's what she's like. I got a baby. Oh, he's a tripod.
For what?
You know what they say about the Addams boys.
That's quite the joke there, isn't it?
Makes me think of Goldmember. My lord, he's a tripod.
I really love
I
that.
like the little Ansel Adams tombstone in the front there.
Yeah.
Adams, of course, is the famous photographer. You can see much of his work here at the University of Arizona. We house pretty much his entire collection.
Man, was that not just like so much fun revisiting that?
What was that?
Like, I forgot just how enjoyable that movie was and just so perfectly entertaining all the way through. For me, it feels good. It feels right. Again, it's a perfect family spooky movie. And I love the way that they deal with Fester and like how they updated it for a modern audience in all the right ways. It's one of the few times I feel like they didn't kind of lose track of what made the IP special, if you will. So it worked here for me. I'm going to go down to you, Tim, now. What did you think on your revisit of this?
It's probably been like, I don't know, 2 years or so since I've watched it last. I mean, I'll always love this movie. It's just fun. I love how like demented it is, and I think it still holds up. Raul Julia is fantastic at the role of Gomez Addams. He's the best part, I think, of both movies. Yeah, it's just a great movie. It's fun, lighthearted.
Yeah, for being twisted and dark.
Yeah, exactly. Lighthearted but dark.
Yeah, and I think Barry Sonnenfeld really elevates a lot of that with his personal direction of the film too. I think that he is just such a fantastic filmmaker, and I think he's kind of an unsung hero of this movie in a lot of ways, just in the way that he brought everything to life. And I think you can see the birth of the guy who would end up doing things like Men in Black down the line. You can really feel that here. Chris, what were your thoughts on the Addams Family?
It was just really innocent fun. I haven't seen it in years, and it just kept me guessing. And I remember the twist being something more than him just being an imposter. And I'm glad I was right, because I feel like if he wasn't really Uncle Fester at the end, that would have been really weird going into the sequel. So I'm glad he turned it out to be. Yeah, and yeah, it's just a fun movie, and I just wish that we got a third one, but fate didn't let us.
Yeah, I was going to say, unfortunately, there's not a lot we can do about that. However, there is something we can do, and that is thank Michael K., who did donate to the Streamlabs account tonight. He said, thank you for this creepy and kooky trip down memory lane. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to get back to Gravity Falls. I believe that you guys have probably seen he's been talking about we might be doing something Gravity Falls related soon, he and I, which I'm very excited about. I'm a big fan of Gravity Falls, but I guess before Mike bounces for his watch along, or I should say continued watch through of Gravity Falls, I guess we should say that next week you guys probably want to know what we're doing. And I think that we're not ready to get away from this family just yet. We kind of value our time with them because we are doing the Addams Family Values, which I am super, super excited about. It's been a little bit since I've seen this one. And if tonight's watch along was any indication, I am going to have a really fantastic time watching that. Chris, are you excited?
Oh, it's fun. I haven't seen that in years as well, so that's going to be good to revisit.
Yeah, and Tim.
Yeah, I love Addams Family Values more than this one. It's just great, and it's more twisted, funnier, and yeah, it's great.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. Yeah, you will be back for that one, which I'm excited about. And once again, guys, before we get out of here, I do want to thank our producers here at the network. Brandy Parker, our gold tier associate producer, Kale, the youth critic, Stephen White, Ferris Muthana, and Michael K. Thank you guys for being some of the founding members here of the channel on our Patreon. If you guys have not already, please check out the PJ Campbell Network Patreon. That Patreon has a bunch of different tiers where you guys can donate whatever you feel like to help us keep the lights on here. You get access to our Discord network. You get Bloop Bloop, which is an entire episode, basically a box with outtakes and things like that. You guys can vote on upcoming content that we're doing at the $10 and up tier. There's all sorts of things. So check out the Patreon if you haven't. Chris, do you have anything to add with that?
Oh, no, it's just great support. And I already got the Brandy requested Suddenly soundtrack, so I'm going to announce that on Wednesday night for Shock Treatment, which again, that's going to be with Bibbs, Video Drew, and Mark Edward Hoyt. That will be fun. That will be Wednesday night. So.
And Tuesday night, we are doing Front Center Mezzanine. That is tomorrow with Alan H. Green from Broadway Bounty Hunter, School of Rock, and so much more. I'm very excited to talk to him. This is going to be a ton of fun. And, of course, if you guys haven't, please check out Box. It is our little viral show that could, as it seems, and it just keeps going. And if you guys are enjoying it, please share it with everyone you know, and pass along the word that you're enjoying.
And we got our next guest confirmed, so I can't wait for Sean to announce that. So it's going to be good.
Oh, that's awesome! I'm really glad to hear that. I'm excited about that. And of course, Friday night double feature. We're going to be doing Host and Haunt. We're probably going to start this one an hour early, guys. So we're looking at probably 6 o'clock, just because Host is not a long movie, which would mean that Haunt's going to start about the time the normal watch-alongs would, so we won't run too late. I'm pretty excited about that. There's just so much good content coming up along here, man. I am just so happy, Chris. Thank you for all your hard work, by the way. I don't tell you that enough, but thank you.
There's a lot of good stuff coming up. And there's a lot of good stuff coming up on Twitch, too. So when we launch that and stuff, that'll be great.
Yeah. And with that, I think we're going to get out of here, starting with Tim. Tim, where can everyone find you online?
Find me on Twitter, tfranco84. You can find me popping up here and there on the PJ Campbell Network, and I guess maybe in the Discord if I get invited and if I show up, because I'm a curmudgeon-y old man about chat things like that. But I will be in there.
Yeah, well, can you DM me your handle just so I can do that? And of course, guys, your Discord name, Scary Movie Squad. Look at all the stuff we've got coming up. Go to T Public, buy your shirts and stuff. I saw a bunch of Box stuff is actually being bought right now, so Box people are enjoying this, man. Oh, and apparently right now, if you're done, Ben is looking for more people to go play Among Us. So that's Ben Goddard over on Twitch is looking for people to play Among Us. I might add, we might see what's up. Chris, where can everyone find you online?
Find me as always, Chris Cluck 8788. Those numbers mean nothing on Twitter and Instagram, and every Wednesday hosting Suddenly Soundtracks. So, bada bing.
And of course, you guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at PJ_Campbell. You can find me over at the Movie Trivia Schmodown, where I write the questions for the show. I'm the head writer of the show with my group of writers. Remember, we are human. Be nice to us, but we hope you're enjoying this season. It's been a lot of fun, and I'm enjoying a lot of the stuff that we've brought to the table this season. So with that, until Friday night, again, we're doing a double feature, Host and Han. It'll start at 6 p.m. We will see you guys on the next one.